Welcome to this edition of Wingate Extra. I'm Kevin Good, a junior communications major. Recently, Wingate students and faculty joined hundreds of volunteers across Union County in a day of caring. They took their Saturday morning to offer help to those in need. Today we are talking to Caroline Twigg, Director of Services. Caroline, tell me about what your day was like and what it was like to set up the day for the day of caring.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we started actually setting up for the event Friday afternoon, and that really just included getting things set up for the cheerleaders to come on, making sure that we had the PA system working. And then all those that were in charge of the United Way Day of Caring woke up at 5 a.m. that morning, got to the football stadium, and we blew up balloons, and we set out the big bins for the food drive, and just set up tables, and we sorted t-shirts that we gave to each volunteer. And then we also helped with Tyson Food donated breakfast, so helped set that up as well. So very busy morning before any of the volunteers got there at 7:30.
Okay. Now, this is also the first year that you've actually had student involvement in that. Tell me what that was like and what the difference was it brought to the program.
Sure. The energy level of the students being there was highly escalated. The fact that we could have the cheerleaders there to kick off the event and the bulldog, all the community members really loved to meet him. But then also we had big student groups that came, and they were in their own jerseys for the basketball teams. So it was a really fantastic event and really showed some Wingate pride, whereas in the past it had been a little bit more subdued. Still exciting day, still an exciting event to kick off. But it was different. It was definitely more excitement in the air.
Okay. Now, what were some of the things that the students actually took part in as far as when they helped out with the beautifying and the cleaning up around Union County?
Sure. They worked at different individuals' houses. The Council on Aging helped identify local community members' houses that needed help washing windows, raking leaves, trimming hedges, a lot of outside work, maybe even some small construction projects like repairing porches, that sort of thing. And then also we worked with local child care facilities such as the local Head Start, and we helped trim their bushes and just did basic yard keeping. Some students helped sort the canned food. I know the lacrosse team helped sort the canned food that was donated throughout the week. So there were lots of different projects that varied across different interests that everybody could get involved in.
Okay. And when the students were involved in the programs, tell me some of the feelings and feedback that you may have gotten back from them.
Yeah, they thought it was an amazing team builder. They got to know each person in their team a little bit better because they got to interact on a different level. So that was exciting, but also the feeling that they felt good to give back to the community and even to interact with other people in the community that's not on Wingate campus, getting to know people a little bit better. One student group worked with the Red Cross, and they went knocking on doors and handed out disaster relief programs, and just talked a little bit to the individuals in the community about what to do in the event of a disaster. And they said that was really interesting, people's reactions. Some people hadn't thought about what would happen if a tornado came through the town. And so they really thought it was a very worthwhile event. All the projects went really great.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about some of the feedback that you've gotten from some of the people that we may have helped out while we were doing some of the work.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they all thought it was again, a worthwhile project. They were really excited to see the difference and change in just their houses and their yards, things that they wouldn't be able to do. I specifically worked with the Head Start, and she just said, this is amazing. Our little kids can now take better pride, and we'll be able to see out the windows because some of the bushes were covering the lower windows, so the little kids couldn't look out the windows. So she was just like, this is amazing because we wouldn't have had time to do this without Day of Caring and without the students coming out.
This is United Way's Day of Caring, kicks off his campaign. Fundraising for 18 community agencies with multiple programs, but the Wingate College faculty and staff like to participate and do something for the community. And this year we're at East Union Middle School. We've been out here several years ago. We're working on memorial garden, spreading pine straw and doing some mulching, and a little later on doing some planting probably. And there's about 22 of us out here today. It's a fun time, get to know new faculty members, and team up after a long summer with older ones, and it's a great way to contribute something to the community. Since the mid-90s we've been doing this, and we're pleased that lots of Wingate athletic teams are involved this year. I think there's a total of about 200-some people in multiple groups. I got involved with United Way back in the 80s, actually, on allocations committees, and thought that some of my colleagues at school would like to do that, but also I knew those were people who like to get their hands dirty and do some physical labor, and it's a good way to contribute to the community, but also to build sort of team spirit at the beginning of the semester for faculty members.
Welcome back to Wingate Extra. Today we are joined by Dr. Chiarella. She was one of the faculty volunteers for the Day of Caring. What was it that first attracted you to the event for Day of Caring?
Well, knowing that the people that were involved and just the sense of giving and back to the community that I know has supported Wingate so much, and getting to know the community as well, since I'm not from North Carolina, I'm far from home, I'm from Iowa, and just getting more familiar with who's in the community and what the community needs are.
Okay. And when you took part in the event, what were the things that you noticed about the day as it progressed?
Well, there was a lot of energy. We, as faculty, get along very well, so it's fun for us to be together, spend time off campus as well as on campus time, and really kind of get involved in thinking about what we can do to help others in need. I think we have a lot of faculty that have that as a very strong desire and mission in terms of what they want to do and have a part of their lives, and that's certainly true for me as well.
Okay. Now, this is actually the first year that this was actually brought to the kids here at Wingate University. What do you think that means for them as to being able to participate in this for the first time?
I think that's very meaningful in the sense that I'm glad it's a new idea, and I think we should have probably done it a long time ago, in the sense that we should all be getting involved and all should be aware and getting to know the community that we're in, and hopefully we can serve as role models in terms of the professors, so they can see us both on campus and again off campus giving back to the community.
And Dr. Chiarella, I understand you're going to be a part of another volunteer project with the students.
That's right. I'm excited that tomorrow on Friday from 2 to 5 we're going to be taking out my group of Wingate 101 students. So I have a number of, actually about 16 freshmen who are going to go out and help with Habitat for Humanity in a community in Monroe, in one of the neighborhoods kind of near downtown. So we're eager to get ready for that and go out and make the most of the day.
Okay. What are you guys going to be doing?
We're not entirely sure, but we know that we're helping literally with the framing of the house. So whatever that involves, and we'll find out tomorrow, we'll be busy with that. So I understand that all 16 of us will have plenty to do. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Chiarella, and we'll be back. Welcome back to the Wingate Extra. We are here with Richard Hines, Regional Vice President for the United Way. Mr. Hines, please tell us a little bit about what it is that you do for the United Way.
Well, thank you for having me today. Yes, I work with United Way here in Union County, work with some great people, great volunteers, great businesses, and really what we try to do at United Way, and I'm part of, is really help coordinate really three functional areas of United Way. One is community-wide needs assessment, and really working with Wingate University on that. Then also really to raise the money to fund 18 local agencies. So really working on identifying community needs, raising the dollars to meet those needs, and then working with volunteers to help distribute those dollars that we raise here in our local community.
Okay. Now, the Day of Caring program has been around for 17 years. Could you tell us a little bit about the history and your involvement with that program?
The Day of Caring, yes, it has been around 17 years, and it's really one of the best events that we do. Most folks think about United Way as the campaign side, you know, when we ask folks for money, but really the Day of Caring is probably one of the most important things we do. It's really an opportunity for individuals and families to go do service projects in our community. Work at homes of the elderly, work at United Way agencies, work at nonprofit child care centers, to really provide services to people who otherwise would not have those services available to them. So it was started, 17 years ago. I've been involved in it the last 13 years.
Okay. And with your involvement with the program, could you tell us a little bit about how did Wingate get involved with the program itself?
It was very interesting. Wingate and the United Way's really had a long history. Wingate, the faculty staff have served on a variety of different committees for United Way. We talked about the Needs Assessment Committee earlier. Dr. Nancy Randall has been very involved in that. The community investment, the allocations process, we've had Dr. Billinger involved in it, and some other professors, Don Merrill. So from a faculty standpoint, they've been involved in those two processes. Steve Poston actually serves on our board. Our Day of Caring was growing immensely, and we were sort of outgrowing our previous location, and Wingate University said that we would love to host United Way at Wingate University, so we took them up on their offer, and we've moved Our Day of Caring to the Wingate University's beautiful football facility back a couple of years ago.
Okay. Now, this is actually the first year that it's actually had the student and the faculty involved in the program. Tell us a little bit about what that was like for you this year.
It was incredible. Typically, our Day of Carings, and we have one of the largest Day of Carings in the region. This past year, we had about 932 people volunteer their time to work that particular day. Wingate University, this was the first year that we actually kicked off the Day of Caring after school had started. So it was a great opportunity to involve students, which really, as everybody says, is our future leaders of America. And so we certainly invited the students. Wingate provided the students. A variety of teams participated. And it was a great day for United Way because we were working at elderly homes, and then they could see young, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors participating and working at their project at their house.
Okay. And finally, tell us, what do you see as the future of the program for Day of Caring?
I see nothing but good things ahead. As we mentioned, it was certainly our largest Day of Caring. 932 people, with the growth and the partnership with Wingate University and the partnership in our community with our business community, our faith-based community. The needs here in Union County continue to grow with a soft economy, so I really look for Day of Caring to expand so we can reach more people who really need that little helping hand.
Welcome back to Wingate Extra, and we are here with Effie Stansberry, co-president of UCAN, and it's a student organization dedicated to service. Effie, tell us a little bit about UCAN and what it actually stands for.
The acronym UCAN stands for University Community Assistance Network, and that's what we try to do. We try to connect Wingate University with needs in the community and even in the global community, and just try to somehow help. There's different sections of UCAN where we focus on different, issues that are happening around the world and here, even in Wingate.
Okay. Now, I understand that you are actually a group leader for an event that just now took place, the Day of Caring. Tell us a little bit about what you did that day and how did it start off for you that day for you?
It went really well. This is the first time that students had such a big role in the Day of Caring, so it went really well for the first time. We all met, kind of rallied at the football stadium.
Okay.
Split into groups of 10, and my group went to a woman named Kathy Griffin's home. She, we found the story out once we got there. She had fallen earlier in the year, broke her leg, and due to diabetes, was forced to have her leg amputated.
Right.
And therefore needs a little assistance with things going on. She wasn't there. Her family was. Cousins and everybody was just there to welcome us. They actually cooked us dinner, or lunch, I power washed the house. All the dirt from the house fell onto me. But we had a good time. We cleaned up a little, we did some yard work, raked up last year's leaves, cleaned the windows, random little things.
Okay. And how do you think the family felt about you guys being there?
They told us, we love this. We love you. They showed us all these different things that they're doing to raise awareness about what's going on in Kathy's life and just about the issues that are happening around disabilities and things like that. And they invited us to their potlucks, they invited us to their fundraisers, so they really received us well.
Okay. And when you guys were actually out there working, what did you notice between your fellow students, between you guys out there?
It was good. It was mainly the coordinators of UCAN, so it was people who have a heart for service specifically. But we brought other people along, and we just meshed well. Obviously, in volunteering, you find out different things about other people, and sometimes it's difficult to work with people you don't really know well. But it worked great. The family who were there ended up getting our names and connecting us to different places. Some of them live in Waxhaw, so all the different interests that we have, and it really worked well. The family, more than anything, our relationship between each other was good, but our relationship with her family was even better, I would say.
Okay. Now, what do you see coming up next for UCAN and your service group?
You know, that's a big question. Each different organization, or I'm sorry, each different section of UCAN has different things planned for all the time. But the biggest things we have coming up would be, we're in charge of the Halloween Carnival, which will be in October, obviously, where different groups on campus come together and the community children come and actually have Halloween at Wingate. So it provides a safe environment for them, and all the different groups come, and we have different games in the DPC. And then after that would be, in November, would be Hunger and Homelessness Week. That's our whole goal, our whole aim for that week is to raise awareness about issues of hunger and homelessness. And then from there we have Operation Christmas Child, and we also have in November Turkey Tree, where you get a turkey and buy a family Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, thank you, Effie, and thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.